Okay, so in this lesson, we're gonna be looking at defense against a takedown. Now, for women especially, this is the last place you wanna be. Even for men, you're looking at, going to the ground, you're looking at multiple attackers. For women too, it's the last place you wanna end up. If you end up on the ground, the objective for you is to fight and get up as quickly as possible. But let's say how do you avoid being taken down to the ground? And if you're taken down to the ground, what do you want to do the instant you're being taken down to the ground? So I'm going to use Costa to start. So as I showed you in most of the lessons, I'm always teaching you over here to be in the passive stance, right? So I'm talking to the person, he's maybe coming around, he's talking to me. What I want to do is, if he goes for a takedown, the objective for me is to use the blade of my forearms and boom, not let him grab that leg. Right? If he continues to grab the leg, boom, I'm gonna move. The idea is, I don't want to allow him to come in and either grab the hip, grab the leg. I want to jam it with my forearm, lowering my center of gravity and my whole body. Okay? So let's say I'm over here again, Costa. Let's say I'm talking to you. You're doing something. Oh, my hands are over here. Okay? So. Now let's see what happens with Candace. Now let me just say one more thing. Go slow, Costa. Let's say he does grab me. He does this, I do this. What I'll do is I'll stick my fingers in his eyes and just neck crank. From here, you feel that, Costa? Yeah. And I neck crank him. The idea is I don't allow him to take me down to the ground. If I'm going down to the ground, so let's say he grabs me, I'm going down to the ground, what I'm gonna do, at least I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna take him down to the ground with me. What I don't want is me on the ground and him, no, start again. Let's just edit that part. Okay, because for women's self-defense, that's not a good idea. Ready? So I'm just gonna start from here. Okay. So if he goes for the takedown, I'm gonna jam it. Let's say he manages for whatever to grab my leg, what I wanna do is stick my fingers in his eyes and neck crank, right? His head, I could also use the blade of my forearm, do you feel this, Costa? And just crank the neck. The idea is, I don't wanna go down to the ground. That's the last place I wanna end up, and that's where probably he's gonna wanna take me, okay? Again, let's say he goes to grab me from the waist to take me down, the same thing. But let's say I slip, he grabs me here, grab the head, crank the neck, right? There's what you want to do is by cranking the neck is, again, wherever the head goes, the body follows. Once I crank the neck, I stick like right now I'm not, but I'd be jamming my fingers, my nails right into his eyes, cranking the neck, because once wherever the head goes, the body follows, and the objective for me is to slow down his momentum from being able to take me down to the ground. So, again, when we're looking at it, my hands are up over here, wherever he's moving. If he decides to go for a that's all you're doing. You're exploding your arms, you're driving the hip back, you're dropping your weight, and you're using the blade of your forearms to keep the person back, right? So let's say he go slow, so I could so if I do this, from there, I'm gonna elbow, I'm gonna use the blade of my forearm. If he continued his attack, and he came over here and he grabbed the leg, this is when I would eye gouge, strike the throat. I would just, again, keep it simple. Palm strikes, eye gouging, throat striking. You wanna go into gross motor skills and attack the face as quickly as possible. You want to make sure that you're not taken down to the ground. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll see you next time.